And welcome back to another video, and today is a noob's guide to TSM posting and groups. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so we're going to do a little mini series on doing basic TSM stuff, so then when I do like an ultimate guide towards it, you guys will have a basic understanding in order to do this. If you are basically new to TSM and how it works, we can follow this little series and you can pick which things you know and then pick what things that you don't know, and then you can watch it respectively in like a little playlist that I'll make up. Now aside from that, let's get on to our groups. Now coming in for our groups, we have made a new profile for us, so we'll just be starting off fresh, and we have two things in our bags. This is Imperium and Blackrock ore. The items of note really don't matter all that much. So what we're going to do is we're going to start up by creating our basic group. You get a base group when it comes to TSM. What you'll need to do is create a new group is by going on your base group and then pressing plus button right here. This will create a new group in which you can then hold all of these items. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating the group for this. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a group for our ore. So that what we're going to say is we're going to do ore, and we're just going to call it ore. Now this can be done by just pressing the little button up here and then just renaming your group. Once you've done that, all you have to do is just add these items into the group for this. So then we've got it into ore, a group for our ore, so then we can then select that we want to post our ore to the auction house or do a shopping list or whatever. And pretty much whenever we do something with this group, it will target anything that is inside this group. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to make a subgroup. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to press the plus button on the main group called ore. Now we've made a sub one inside there, and we're going to create another one inside there. And basically what it's going to do is it's going to hold it all under ore, so you can just press the down button and up button to hide them and show them respectively. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create WOD. What we're going to do now is we're going to call this one WOD ore, and we're going to create another one called Legion ore. And now we're going to categorize these in here. Now obviously with the basic ore we already have our Blackrock and Imperium inside this. So the next part is to go into Legion ore and go over to our Imperium, which is in the parent group. All we have to do is press add. Now this one is now targeted inside the Legion ore, and what we're going to do now is we're going to do the exact same with the WOD ore. We're just going to click on the Blackrock and put it in here. So whenever we click the base group, it will target all of them at once. If we wanted to target one of them, we can now go into this main group and we can then click either Legion or WOD ore and target them respectively. So if we only wanted to target Imperium or any Legion ore, we can. That being the case, now we've got to actually set these up for posting. Now going on towards the next part, which is going to get into posting, because we've now created our groups. So that being the case, let's just go over to our operations. As we well know, we have our operations. We get given a default, but we don't really want to use that because we want to be able to post things at different things. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into auctioning, and we're going to say post ore. This is going to be a basic function in order to just get the job done. And what we're going to do now is we are going to then just go over to this part here, and we're going to select the group we're going to post with. Now with the drop down menu, clicking our operation to go with our group managers, going with our group management, that means the group that we just created, we can either select the full group, so the base group called ore, or we can target specific ores inside our group, so our subgroups. That means I can just post Legion ore, so I can click Legion ore, and it will tell me at the bottom of the screen that it's going to actually go with Legion ore. So now it will only do stuff to that targeted group. So Legion ore is only going to do that, and if I wanted to click just full ore, it will as well. So we're just going to leave it at Legion ore because we just want it to post on the Legion ore. And if you wanted to target the entire group that you just created, the main group, then you just click your ore. Now, that being the case, let's just move over to the other parts, because this is a noob's guide. We're not going to get into any of the full jazz. This is just to get the job done. And what we're going to do now is we are going to have a look at set post cap. Now, with materials, I usually will set it at 5,000, which is the maximum amount that it will post at. And basically, that's all you really need to do. You can, however, leave stuff in your bags, and you can say don't post at this many after a load expires, so then you can replenish and restock. But that's on for a bit more of a complex video. Now, that being the case, do we want to set our pricing settings for posting? We've said we wanted to post at least 5,000, which is the maximum. We want to set our duration to 24 hours. Preferably, if you're on a high-pop server, you would want to go with 12 hours. And if you are on a low pop, then 48, because you're going to have next to no competition. Now, 24 hours, we're going to go with the basic, and you can adjust this obviously towards your server. You can state the undercut amount, but basically with the new revamp to the auction house, this does not really matter. And when it comes to set bid as percentage of buyout, we'll just say 100%, because at the end of the day, no one really cares about bidding that much. Now, TSM already makes you a basic one to actually use, and personally I don't usually use this one. Now this one is a very long-winded piece of text, and pretty much we just want to get the job done when it comes to posting our ore to the auction house, don't we? So we have an option when it comes to posting a load of different things, and we're only going to go with 2 because that just makes more sense. And we are going to either pick DB min buyout or DB market. Now that means that we're either going to post it at the market value, which is the average over 7 days, or the min buyout, which is the current price. Now personally, my favorite option is by going with the min buyout, because then I can monitor it most effectively. But if you all wanted to try and see how much gold you want to actually make through this, and try and see if you can get the best price, then go with DB market. It usually works out quite well. There are obviously other different pricing sources, but remember, this is a noob's guide. Next thing we want to set is by stating what it is, and this is text specific. So we've typed in DB min buyout into our thing, and we're just going to press OK. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to set a percentage before the DB min buyout. So I will just say 100%, and 100% of the DB min buyout. Don't forget to press enter when you do this, otherwise it will not save, which I actually just did. So we're just going to copy this part over here, and we're just going to go down to when below minimum it won't post the item. Now preferably I would go with post item at minimum price, so we always have something on the auction house. So I'd recommend you do that too. Now when it comes to setting the maximum price for the DB min buyout, I would highly recommend you guys posting it at like 250 for the maximum price, and then when it is above the maximum price, we want it to post at the maximum price. Now it will ask you for your normal price, which what we'll say is the normal price will be 110%. You wouldn't have that much of a problem when it comes to posting your item. Overall, we've actually created our group for posting our Legion ore, and let's see if it works. Let's just jump onto our auction house, and then let's have a look at what we're actually doing. So we have to, when we're posting, we have to select our group. So select the main group and run post scan. Now it will scan through all of the stuff, and because Blackrock ore does not have a posting metric already crafted for it, it says hashtag default, which will just post at the default price. Usually this will not be that good, and preferably I like to go with my own types of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to press skip, and then we're going to have a look at the Imperium. Now we set Imperium up to post at minimum price, and it is posting at the minimum buyout for our stuff, and it's at 100%. So Imperium is at 2 gold 55. It's posting the operation on post ore, which is the operation we just created, and then we just press post, and now it has just posted our Imperium to Legion ore under the group, and has posted all of them on the auction house. Now, the other thing of note that you can do when it comes to this, by going into your TSM, and if you wanted to post all the ore, you can then just remove this and then just use the main group. So you just click ore instead of the sub ones, so you use the main group. So when we've actually selected this, we can then go back into auctioning again and run post scan, and it will post everything at post ore, and then we can post those to the auction house as well. Now, that being the case, that is a basic noob's guide to TSM groups and posting. Hope you guys liked the video, and the next video will be crafting. That being the case, guys, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow.